We are Wakana, we are the crown jewel of CBD. And you may have heard that said before, you may have heard a lot of people talking about it, but we're gonna really get into the meat of what that means. So Wakana, we are not just a company that happened to show up on 35th Street. We are not just a group of people who got together and said, hey, let's talk about CBD. We are truly a movement. And our vision is simple. We exist to help end the negative stigma that's caused communities around the world to suffer and lose out on the health and wealth benefits of the cannabis plant. I'm sure we all have family members or friends or just any loved ones that have been on the wrong side of the law when it comes to cannabis. And it's just simply not fair. There's a lot of wealth to be had from this plant. There's a lot of education and knowledge that can be spread about this plant. And there are a lot of health benefits that can come as a result of this plant. So our mission is that we are the catalyst to stir this movement that we spoke about that inspires people to confidently move into the legal spaces of cannabis, whether it's their entrepreneurs, their formulators, their investors, making sure that they have the courage, the strength, and the education needed to take back their health, wealth, legacy, and freedom. You see how excited this guy is in the corner down here. He is excited to take all of those things back. And that health, wealth, legacy, and freedom represents our 4 pillars of our company. So speaking of our 4 pillars, before we do that, before we talk about these amazing women who brought Wakana to fruition, let's just do a roll call. Let me know if you're a distributor. Let me know if you're a guest. Let me know if you're a customer. Whoever you are wanted and welcome here. We just want to know who we have on the line, know who's here with us this evening. So while we're having everybody put that in the chat, we want to talk about our 4 co-founders, our 4 pillars. Dr. Rita J. McGuire, Chief Medical Officer of our company. She's delivered over 8,000 babies, been an OBGYN for over 30 years, and has kind of dived into some other pieces of the medical industry. She has been certifying patients for medical marijuana for the adult use of cannabis for the last about 4 years now. And she even testified in front of the governor for the legalization and taxation of adult use cannabis. So she is really passionate not only about the health and wellness of her patients, but about giving them alternatives to the prescription drugs, giving them alternatives to the traditional ways of healing that they are used to. She, just like I know that there are places in therapy for medication, there are places in therapy for traditional practices, but there are also places in therapy for more holistic options. And Dr. Patricia Van Pelt, our Chief Financial Officer, she is just amazing. She is our guru. She talks about mindset. She talks about waking up wealthy with a wealthy mindset. She makes sure that we understand that it starts in the mind, and that is where the mind is going to take you to all the places that you need to go. So whether it's an inspirational call, whether it's a presentation, she always encourages us to have that wealth mindset. Melissa Boston, our CEO. I know all of these ladies probably don't sleep a lot because their wheels are constantly turning about how to make this company successful. But Melissa Boston, our CEO, our visionary, she makes sure that everything that we could possibly think of comes to fruition because she continues to work hard for this company. She continues to put out different ideas. She continues to push us forward to make sure that we are the most reputable CBD company, not only in Chicago, not only in the country, but in the world. And Phyllis Nash, our Chief Sales Officer, we often call her our midwife. She births all the possibilities that you could ever think of with regard to business, with regard to creativity, with regard to financial freedom. She has that vision. She's only held 2 jobs in her entire life, and the rest of the time she's been an entrepreneur, building business and building time freedom and financial freedom for herself. So now our medical advisory board. I am a member of our medical advisory board, and we have tons of members that aren't even listed on this page. Some of the newer people that we've gotten on our medical advisory board of various disciplines, whether people are nurses or doctors or dentists or pharmacists or aromatherapists or chiropractors or massage therapists. We have so many different disciplines and people who are now spreading the word about what it means to use CBD in their health regimens. You see Dr. Rita here in the middle as she is our leader for the medical advisory board, but we all work together to make sure that we are educating our patients, our family members, and friends about the health and wellness benefits of this plant. So let's kind of talk about how this plant even became legalized. First of all, the Farm Bill of 2018 is really the main thing that you need to be thinking about. And the Farm Bill of 2018 simply states that any hemp that is grown can be sold, cultivated, and consumed. Any CBD that comes from the hemp species of the cannabis plant can be sold, cultivated, and consumed in all 50 states as long as it is 0.3% of THC or less. If there's 0.3 or more, if it's more than 0.3, that is not legalized by the Farm Bill. That legal action, again, is 0.3% of THC or less. That is what makes CBD legal to be sold, cultivated, and consumed in all 50 states. So now you see why the cannabis industry is booming. It went from illegal to now essential. So you have Rolling Stone talking about how CBD became the unexpected star of legalized pot. You have BuzzFeed News talking about how Black people are being shut out of America's weed boom, how Black people are not being able to capitalize on this cannabis industry. And that is what I love about what our co-founders have done. Our co-founders have made sure that we are able to get a seat at the table in this industry, starting with CBD. Now, this CBD revenue in billions. So by the time we get to 2024, the projected amount of $1 billion that we're going to be able to see in CBD is $20 billion. Now, Wakana has surpassed 4 million, surpassed 5 million, surpassed 6 million, gone up to 7 million. And if we have anything to do with this number, I'm sure it's going to surpass 20 billion by 2024. And the reason that I'm so confident about that is because Wakana right now is participating in billion-dollar industries. We'll talk about some of these other industries in more detail, but from weight loss to, of course, CBD, hair care, skin care, wellness, and immune, we pretty much have all of the bases covered with regard to the different industries that we're infiltrating with Wakana. And we're so excited to be able to bring our CBD products into these industries. So you may be on the line and say, okay, Dr. Joy, what is CBD? This is great, but I got invited here and I really don't know. So CBD is a compound that naturally occurs in industrial hemp. There's more than 85 different cannabinoids, but CBD is the second most common. The first most common that you may think of is THC, or delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol. Now, you don't need to remember the long name. It is delta-9 THC, but there are some differences. People always hear, or some people hear CBD and say, oh, it's going to get you high. THC and CBD are two different components of the same plant. So we'll talk about that, but the CBD is the non-psychotropic part of the plant. It gives you the health without the high. Let's talk a little bit about those differences. And before we do, we make sure, I am the Vice President of Compliance, so we make sure that our products are fully compliant. They are full spectrum, they're grown organically, they're third-party tested by some of the best labs in the country. We send out our products to be tested to make sure that they don't have any mold, mildew, pesticides, and that they're fully grown in accordance with Section 7606 of the Farm Bill that we talked about earlier. So like we said, there are differences between the THC and the CBD components of the plant. And so let's talk about those differences so that we can learn and unlearn what they are. A lot of people are confusing CBD with THC, and it's just simply not the same thing. So THC has the psychoactive effects. THC stimulates receptors in the brain's pleasure center. It releases a higher than normal level of dopamine and creates the high that people experience, the high, the paranoia. CBD is non-intoxicating. It does stimulate receptors in the brain as well, but those are receptors that regulate pain, perception, anxiety, and more. So there are so many medical applications that we'll talk about on the next slide where we'll really be able to show you how CBD is kind of leading the charge in this industry. So this CBD versus THC. So there are some other cannabinoids here that have very great effects inside of the body, but for right now, we're just gonna focus on the THC and CBD columns. So THC can help to reduce pain, reduce nausea and vomiting, help with muscle spasms. And those are all great. But when you go over to the CBD column, you can really see how CBD is leading the charge. So whether it's pain reduction, whether it's nausea and vomiting, helping to increase bone growth, slowing bacterial growth, benefiting the nervous system, antifungal properties. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. But what we need to understand is that CBD has so many applications when it relates to your health and wellness. So even if you wanted to go on your favorite search engine, PubMed is a great one. You can type in CBD and cannabidiol, which is what CBD is short for, and see how it impacts different disease states that you may be experiencing or different levels of discomfort that you may be experiencing. Those are peer-reviewed articles. So if you hear Dr. Joy and you're like, I don't know, I need to do my research. If you hear anybody else on the medical advisory board or learn anything outside of here, this is an opportunity for you to do your research with scholarly articles that can really lay out what CBD is able to do. Now, CBD is able to work in our body because of the endocannabinoid system that we all have. If you have a spinal cord, you have an endocannabinoid system. And the sad part is, in medical school, in pharmacy school, in dental school, all the other schools that myself and our medical advisory board members went to, if there was talk about the endocannabinoid system, it was few and far in between. I didn't learn about it until I became a member of WCANA. I never learned about this. And we all have an endocannabinoid system that has receptors in each of these parts of our body that are looking for cannabinoids to bring our body back in what's called homeostasis, back in balance. So there are endogenous cannabinoids, some that we already produce, and exogenous cannabinoids, meaning cannabinoids that we put into our body. And they are all working to bring our body back in balance. So when we're talking about these exogenous cannabinoids, that is what our products are. They are cannabinoids that we put into our body that we consume, whether it's gummies or seasonings or tinctures or topical products or smokables. I mean, we have tons of different products that work in different ways, but all make sure to bring that body back in balance. So this is also a slide with our products and some of our newer products that we have in our product line. I love to use the tinctures, and let me see if I have another one for you. Okay. I love to use the tinctures, the topicals, and the gummies when I'm experiencing any type of discomfort or pain, because it kind of takes the place of the Tylenol or ibuprofen that I used to use a lot. If anybody knows about pain and cramps, they can be unbearable sometimes. And that is what I used to experience. And even if I do experience them now, it's more of a habit of me reaching for my CBD products and layering those, because I know that my body knows what to do with those. I know that they're not going to cause harm to my liver and to my kidneys over time. And I know that this is a product that I can trust, that has been tested, tried, and true, and has tons of articles and tons of studies to show me as a healthcare professional, because I like to do the research, to show me as a healthcare professional that this is a safe and effective choice. And so I don't even really reach for my Tylenol or ibuprofen anymore. I go to my CBD products, and if and only if they don't give me the relief that I'm looking for, maybe I might reach for another product. But there's always an opportunity to titrate up instead of taking too much CBD at one time. You start low, go slow, increase as you need to. Now, again, we talked about the products by industry, the CBD products, skincare, essential oils, hair care, wellness and immune, weight loss. The list goes on and on. This is like my trifecta of products that I talked about. So I talked about the tincture, I talked about the gummies, I talked about the pain cream. Those are the things that I use on a pretty regular basis. And if you just need to add something to give you that quick relief, our CBD flower or the pre-rolls, the joints that we have that are already sold, or any of our vape cartridges, those can give you that immediate relief, or it can give you that relief in 1 to 5 minutes. So when you're layering these products, what that means is, as one is wearing off, the other one is gearing up to work, because they have different durations of action. So it's just amazing to be able to use something that your body is not going to reject and that your body understands, because we all have, again, that endocannabinoid system that can begin to use those receptors to pull that CBD and really bring our bodies back in balance. Gummies fly off the shelves weekly, monthly, daily. And our gummies are really good for, they can be good for sleep, for sex, for creativity, for sleep. And then we have different types. So our King of the Jungle gummies not only feature CBD, but they have ingredients like Panax ginseng, or different ingredients that are going to help with the stamina, that are going to help with the sex drive. Our Flight 50 and Flight 25 gummies, those feature Delta 8 THC. So the reason that exclamation point is over the top is not that you should be worried. It is just an information to let you know that if you are sensitive to Delta 9 THC, Delta 8 is a close cousin, but because it is derived from the hemp species of the cannabis plant, it is legal. There are some states that have litigation going on whether they will allow it to be legal, but in Illinois, it is legal. So you do want to check your different legalities in your states to make sure that you are consuming our products in a compliant way. Our pure gummies do not have the 0.3% of THC or less. There is less than 0.0%. And the reason I say it that way is because there may be some small remnants of THC in our pure products, but they are so negligible that they won't show up on a drug screen. But if they do, if your body does not metabolize it, just know that it's less than 0.0% THC. So these are super safe and effective for people who may have random drug screens at their job because of the negligible amount. So those are less than 0.0% THC. Our power gummies are less 0.3% of THC or less. So these are ones that if you do have random drug screens at your job, you may not want to start with these because depending on how you metabolize the CBD products, they may show up. So those are our gummies. Gummies, I would recommend you start with a half and then increase to a whole if you need it after 30 to 90 minutes, just because that's how long it can take to work in the body. Our vapes and pre-rolls. So we talked about these briefly, but our pre-rolls and our vape cartridges are ones that can get into your bloodstream once consumed within 1 to 5 minutes. So if you really need to deal with that acute headache, that pain that just won't go away and you've used your products and you just need that additional relief, these are very good. And one thing I want you to know about our vape cartridges, in addition to the bioavailability being increased and helping to reduce discomfort and inflammation, sometimes vape cartridges get a bad rap. And the reason that is because there are some companies and some places who don't do their due diligence and don't do the type of testing that we do. But also they have ingredients in them like dextromethorphan, which is a cough suppressant, which good for cough, but not good for including in a vape that is heated because that can cause some issues. Vitamin E should never be heated. So there are tons of ingredients, whether they're ones that we deem safe or black market ingredients that some people have in their vapes, but we do not carry that. We make sure that whatever we're providing to our customers, whatever we're providing to our distributors is safe, is effective, and is something that will not cause harm to any individuals that consume it. So our hair care products, this hemp-powered hair, I mean, it is an amazing product featuring essential oils, featuring our full spectrum CBD that can be applied topically or it can be applied orally. You want to make sure that if you are applying orally that you remember that it is a power product, meaning again that there is 0.3% of THC or less. So there is potential for it to show up in a drug screen. It's a very small amount, but it's potential. So just make sure that if you want to use it and you have those issues that you can use it topically because THC does not cross the blood-brain barrier. So you just want to keep that in mind. Okay, so we have our hair care regimen. So we started with the hemp-powered hair, and then we got to a whole line of hair care products: the shampoo, the conditioner, the leave-in detangler, the styling cream, and the oud body oil. I love these products. I've washed my daughter's hair with them. The detangler is amazing because she is semi-tenderheaded, way too tenderheaded for the thick amount of hair that she has. But it really just made hair day much, much easier. The oud body oil can be put onto your hair for extra shine, as well as your body for that dewy glow. All of these products have been amazing. I love the cleansing that the shampoo provides, and I just love all of the products actually. So I am a product of these products as well. Now, when we talk about edibles, edibles are all the rage when it comes to infused dinners, when it comes to just consuming CBD and THC in other ways. And so our power seasonings, our water soluble, our culinary plus, all of our products are amazing. And when you add them to your food, it gives you just that extra boost of the CBD. Is it what you should use to get all of your CBD? No, but when you add it, that's just another way that you can get that amount of CBD that you need that is individual to you into your food, whether you're baking or cooking. If you're baking, you may want to use the culinary plus where you can put a couple of drops and make sure you just don't heat over over 350 degrees because it can cook off some of the health benefit. The power water soluble, great for those who are not able to hold the tincture under their tongue for the 30 to 60 seconds that's required for absorption. Whether that person may be somebody experiencing dementia that won't remember, or someone that's just on the go and they don't want to hold the tincture under their tongue, they can add that to any water soluble beverage or food. Now, essential oils were my first love before I even knew what CBD was, because I also am an aromatherapist, and I just have been fascinated from the beginning with how plant-based oils and plants in general just have so many healing properties. So lemon, tea tree, eucalyptus, peppermint, black seed, frankincense, all of these have very, very amazing qualities that you can read about in studies as well, typing in the essential oil and how it can benefit different things. As a matter of fact, black seed oil, we talked about slowing bacterial growth, and black seed oil has been used in hospitals to combat MRSA, methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus, which is a bacteria that is pretty nasty, but essential oils have been able to combat it and work with it to make sure that it doesn't harm patients as much as it could without any type of treatment. And let me just preface it by saying treatment is not the appropriate word to be using when we're talking about our products. We don't guarantee any products treat, cure any disease, but they can help us and assist with different disorders that people may be dealing with. Now, our sexual wellness products include our body butters, the gummies that we talked about, our lube, the shave oil, all including CBD, which helps to increase blood flow, helps to increase stamina, helps to increase libido. All of these things work together. Now, I know that a lot of you all have heard about the flat belly lifestyle. A lot of you all have experienced the flat belly lifestyle, being plant-based for your blood type. I mean, there's a call every Sunday about the flat belly lifestyle that whoever invited you to the call can tune you in on. An amazing, amazing program that allows you to really restart and jumpstart your health routine. So there are 3 phases. The first phase is plant focused. So you would be on our flat belly bitters. You would do the flat belly brew, the coffee. You would do the flat belly gummies, in addition to a plant focused lifestyle. So making sure that you're increasing your fruits and vegetables, but you can still have meat or fish. That phase 2 is plant based. So you're incorporating all of those same products that I talked about, the flat belly coffee, the flat belly bitters, making sure that you do that 4-day regimen, and then those flat belly gummies with the plant-based, meaning no meats. And then phase 3 is that 21-day detox. Now, what isn't listed here is the kind of phase 4, which is your post detox. So your post phase 3. So let me show you what these products are in the flat belly bundle and the 21-day cleanse. Let's see. Okay. So the 21-day cleanse features the eliminator, the purifier, and the regenerator. And when you go to the post phase 3, you're just using the regenerator and the eliminator. So you're making sure that you're not just coming off of that 21-day detox cold turkey and then just jumping back into what you were doing before. The whole goal is to revamp and recharge your health lifestyle so that you're getting the most out of it and making sure that you rid yourself of those toxins. Now, this wellness in a box, this is what we talked about at our conference this past weekend, and these are flying off the shelves as well. So you'll have one Hemp MD, which is one of our tinctures. That one features at least 2.5 milligrams of CBD per drop, and that is for those who have more severe conditions that they'd like to address, whether it's pain or whether it's other conditions that CBD can be helpful for. The 3 round purple balls and the green rings, very good for the overall health of your body. And if you have any questions and you have this wellness in a box and you want to learn how to use those purple balls now and to have some very, very simple exercises, you can either email myself or Dr. Rita, and we can send you the link with those exercises so that you know how to use those items in your wellness in a box today. We have the 1 bottle of the mitotrol. And so the mitotrol, the way that it got its name, it was fusing 2 names, mitochondria and the suffix of like the word control, which means to, well, you know what control means, but it means to affect the how something turns out, right? To influence the behavior of something. So when you combine those two, you're combining mitochondria, which is the cellular energy, and then you're combining the suffix "trol," meaning to influence the behavior of something. So you're promoting cellular healing by using this bottle and using the capsules that are in this bottle. So usually when we get restorative sleep, we are restoring all the energy in our cells and those types of things. But if we wait for sleep, what's happening during the day? So being able to take this mitotrol during the day is really going to allow those cells to regenerate and use energy, not using energy from the other parts of the body, but use energy to constantly keep your body in balance, to constantly keep your body working at an optimal level, so that that restorative sleep is just an added bonus. So just really amazing things that Wakana is doing, really amazing wellness strategies that we're employing to make sure that our community, to make sure that our distributors, to make sure that our customers are operating at their optimal health. So as with everything, we have our Wakana disclaimer. This product is not for use or sale by persons under the age of 18, and our vaping cartridges and oils cannot be sold to people under the age of 21. Again, we are not your doctors, so make sure that if you do use our CBD products, ask us questions about how they work, but always refer back to your doctor so that they can come up with a regimen for you that can incorporate your CBD as well as your traditional medications. If you are pregnant, nursing, under a doctor's specific care, have any serious medical conditions, again, let your doctor know and let your doctor decide how they want to move forward with allowing you to take CBD. Again, there are bans for Delta 8 in certain states, so just make sure that you know the legalities in your particular area. And then if you have any questions, of course, feel free to reach out to me. I will put my email in the chat so that you are aware of where you can send your questions. Now, on our product and business overview, we welcome questions, we welcome conversation, but we also want to give you information on how it is that you can play a part in this whole Wakana space, right? So there's usually 3 types of people. The first person is here to support. Their friend, their family member, their auntie, their mom, whoever invited them on the call, and they said, hey, I want you to understand about these products. And that person was like, you know what? These products are cool. I wanna be your customer. So if that is the case, and that is you, I want you to go on to the person who invited you. I want you to go on their website, just buy one of everything. You'll find something for someone else, you'll find a gift for someone else. And if something doesn't necessarily work for you, it may work for another person. There's always someone who sells and whose body is looking for CBD, looking for Flat Belly 2.0, looking for skincare products. There's always someone out there. There's a product for everyone. The second person is somebody who wants to host a party. So they say, hey, I like this information and I want to share it with my friends and my family. Can you please come and do a party for me so that people can understand? And when you host that party, you can earn free product as well. So whether you're infusing foods at that party or drinks at that party, or you're giving samples at that party and really talking about the health benefits of CBD, these are all options. Now, person number 3 is the person that's interested in the opportunity. That person wants to become a dispensary owner. That person wants to earn residual income. That person is interested in locking arms with Wakana and really creating a business and a level of freedom for themselves. So if you're person 1 or 2, I want to release you now and allow you to go onto the person's website that invited you, or either hold off for a few minutes and then give them a call and say, hey, I'd like to host a party. But if you're person number 3, you can give me about 7 more minutes, and then I'll be able to just give you a brief overview of what that would look like to be a distributor. So in Wakana, there are 7 ways to earn income, and we'll talk about a few of those ways this evening. But again, always get back with the person that invited you so that they can kind of walk you through the process and let you know how you can do exactly what they're doing. So the best value is the full crown jewel dispensary. It is $998 and includes a party plan pack that will allow you to have scripts and recipes and different things that will allow you to have really fun parties that can also be educational. There are some of our most popular products in there. There's a broker key activation, meaning that you can give out as many free websites as you'd like. There's 2 Wakana University certifications, and we'll talk about that in a moment, what Wakana University means. You get to advance to certain leadership levels for 6 months so that your commission reflects those leadership levels. And then you're earning bonuses when you share this dispensary with other people and they decide to lock arms with Wakana as well. Now, these are the invitations, the recipes, the scripts, all of the different things that I was talking about with what you get in those party plan packs that you get within your full crown jewel dispensary. You have everything that you need. And then, you know, as you get more well-versed, you may not need these scripts, but they are always here for you to be able to provide all of the information that you need to your guests, your family members, your friends. Now, this Wakana University that I talked about, a la carte, they are $1.99 each, but you'll learn about social media marketing. It's included in this full crown jewel dispensary. You'll learn about social media marketing, building a customer base, compliance, compensation, money and edibles, cannabis investing, everything you need to know about CBD, information about essential oils. You'll get to know all of that because Wakana believes in making sure that their distributors and their customers are educated, making sure that they're able to actually confidently move, as we said in our vision, confidently move in this legal space as entrepreneurs. So why would we send you out to the wolves without having any consistent and constant education? You have access to the certification on the first Sunday and Monday of every month, and you can constantly watch the replays over and over as long as you are a Wakanapreneur, just so you understand exactly what's going on. Now, if you say, Dr. Joy, I am not quite ready for a full crown jewel dispensary, but I see the vision and I'd like something else. There's our $500 value starter packs for $219.95. You still get product. It's not as much, but you still get product to be able to use for yourself, to be able to sample out to others, or to be able to retail. There's one broker key activation again, and then one Wakana University admission. And also bonuses for being able to talk with people and they say, hey, I'd like to be a part of this and I'd like to get a starter pack as well. Now, what's very good to understand is that you can earn money without holding inventory. You may have been a part of other companies where you've had to purchase products and it's sitting up in your garage or sitting up in your attic collecting dust and you haven't been able to move it, haven't been able to do anything with it. Some people like to have product on them because they have storefronts or they like to sell direct to consumer when they're talking with people and have things on hand. But it is not required. People can go to your website 24 hours a day, 7 days a week and purchase and have the items either sent to their home or they can pick up in our home office here in Chicago. There's 20 to 50% commission on your online store profits, free shipping with $50 or more because our CEO is so amazing and she said $50 or more is the free shipping standard. And there's affordable, natural, and organic products. Now, you very rarely hear that in the same sentence, but that is what Wakana is able to provide. And there is a bottom of the bottle guarantee. So if for whatever reason you need to return or you are not satisfied with your product, we will refund with a bottom of the bottle guarantee. There's also a 30-day free test drive. So if you are not able to commit to the packages, you can have a 30-day free test drive, which gives you access to a website. You will have to purchase your own product, but it gives you access to a website so that you can begin to send people to your website, gain commission, and use that commission towards a package that we spoke about. Now, on that 31st day after that test drive, you have to make a decision. Do you just want to buy a certification or Wakana University voucher a la carte and then go through that? Or do you want to purchase a package that already includes that as well as products? My vote would be a package because it is the best value. It allows you to get the Wakana University certification. It allows you to have products so that not only you can become part of the product, but you can share that with other people and allow them to see the true effects of what the products can do. Now, there are tons of other ways to earn passive income. And I think Robert Kiyosaki says it best when he says the richest people in the world look for and build networks. Everybody else is looking for work. So when you're looking and building networks, if you have a network of people that are working with you, alongside you, vertically to you, if they're working with you and you can get overrides on what they're doing, that is just passive income that keeps coming and coming. And you have the ability to build as big of an organization as you want, or as small of an organization as you want. It is up to you. Now, Wakana, why are we different? Wakana says no to huge startup fees. We say no to website hosting fees, the balancing of legs, the quotas, the things that you see in other companies. And compensation plans, they're fair. They're designed for everyone, not just the top 1%. Now, what we do say yes to is stellar customer support, a shared revenue pool, a willable business, unlimited income potential, being your own boss, more time with your family, and that balanced compensation plan. So it's really an opportunity to create the opportunity that you want, whether you're working full-time like I am, and then you incorporate it on the side, or whether this becomes your full-time because you're retired or because you just wanted a different option. You wanted something that was going to allow you to, again, have that more time with your family and be your own boss. The sky is really the limit, and there is no cap on what you can make, what you can do here in Wakanda. There's no shortage of support, no shortage of education, and no shortage of opportunity to be able to spread this information far and wide to your family, your friends, your communities. So again, there are 3 ways to get started with Wakanda. You may want to get the full crown jewel dispensary, which is that $2,000 value for $998, which is really our best value. Then there's the starter packs that have a $500 value for $219.95. And then there's the free test drive if money is an issue. And that allows you to have your free website for 30 days, keeping in mind that on that 31st day, you have to make a decision. You're either going to upgrade to a package, or you're going to purchase the Wakanda University certification a la carte so that you can continue to get your commissions. Whatever the case is, get back with the person that invited you. Make sure they understand if you are 1, 2, or 3, which is you want to support, you're a customer. Number 2, you want to host a party. You still have a little bit of questions, but you know that you want to get this information out. Or number 3, you're ready to become a distributor, you're ready to lock arms with Wakanda, and you're ready to learn more so that you can give this information to your communities. So with that, that is the end of my time this evening. I want to stop my share and open any opportunity for questions. Let me see who we have out here. Vinay, the Natural Relaxer, Alyssa, Cherie Eppinger, hello, Tavares, future distributor. Okay, I see that. Miss Shirley McLaurin, so glad to see you this evening. Tammy from Boston, I'm so excited to see you all. It's been a while, but I am back. So if you all have any questions, I did say that I was going to put my email address in here. So if you have any questions, or you have that wellness in a box and you wanted to see those exercises that you can do today, then I am going to put that here. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's really a joy to be here. And we got done in 38 minutes. I wanted to give you the information. I know it is late on a Tuesday evening, so I just wanted to make sure that you all had everything that you needed. Tammy, thank you so much. Alyssa, thank you so much. So, I see what you did there. Thank you. So tonight was our business and product overview. We had the doctor's call at 7 o'clock. Tomorrow, Dr. Rita is going to have an informative presentation at 8 p.m. usually about a disease state and how CBD impacts it. And before then is Why Wakanda. So, I mean, there's always a call going on, always something happening, always an opportunity for you to be able to learn more. So again, get with the person that invited you out, Tavares. I think you said that you're starting your test drive, and use your test drive to your advantage. You have 30 days to send people to your website, have them flood your website, and you never know, your commission could get your package for you. It's just all about how you work it. It works when you work it. So I am so excited for you, excited for your journey. And I am quite sure that whoever you are speaking with, whoever is the person that introduced you to Wakanda, can give you all the resources that you need to be successful. So with that, I want to bid you all good evening. Have a great one. Be safe, be careful, keep your families lifted, hug them close, and we will see you, if not tomorrow on the other calls, we'll see you next Tuesday. Have a good night, everyone.